getting here soon. Excellent connection. Everything looks good. Let me let Cameron in.
That might be important.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. We're live. What's going
Yo,
on,
yo.
man?
Yo, yo.
What's happening?
All kinds of crazy things, as usual.
So,
How are you?
just the regular stuff.
Just signed some contracts. We'll get into that when Lane gets in.
Oh, he's in the chat. He's on vacation today. We are one man short this week.
Oh,
That we
okay.
are.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he is on. He's in the chat, but he's on vacation.
Oh, sweet. Where's he at?
Undisclosed location, off the 395 south,
Hiding from all the viewers.
just off the A10. Very secretive location.
Somewhere where people disappear.
Rich people. People. Wine country.
Yeah, what's been happening with you guys this week?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just getting through the springtime, summertime stuff that's happening around. Starting to warm up real quick.
Summertime.
That's right. My house is starting to catch fire. It's really hot in there, and I'm tired of it. It's too hot. I have to go find those filters from my swamp cooler.
Hey, Bowman,
Wait, how
do you
hot is
get
it? How
monsoon
hot is
season
it
over
there
there?
as compared to here?
Yeah, I was about to say, do you get monsoon season over there?
Yeah, for sure. It's about to start.
Oh, then you
that-
shouldn't complain about
So
it.
then it's just hot and muggy all the time, right? Like more
It
so than
depends.
normal?
Sometimes it's like right now it's actually quite nice. I think it's like 94 degrees,
Ooh,
Yeah.
which is pretty good.
that's gross.
Yeah, over 70 is too much for us,
Yeah,
especially after the winters.
I can only imagine. Well, we have two men of culture in the chat now. Hey,
That's right.
Christian, good to see you as always.
Where's Chino?
Yeah.
Chino's hiding.
I think he'll show up at some point.
He usually drops in.
Yeah.
Takes a peek.
So for this week, I just signed the contract for for the Freestylers.
Don't know who that is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's Google is your friend, Kevin.
Oh, there's Josephus.
Aren't you supposed to like introduce, tell me what they are? You know, this is a podcast. You should be able to tell people what's going on.
I can. So they're one of the more famous breakbeat DJs out of the United Kingdom.
What's
They're
a
kind of
breakbeat?
instrumental. Well, a breakbeat is technically a broken beat, which comes from jazz music from Detroit originally, but the UK took it on and made it into dance music, and so it went from broken beat to breakbeat.
Is
And,
that when they started using it in techno?
Well, so techno is always like this. Techno is like boom, 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 right? But breakbeats are more like boom, you know. So there's a break in the middle of it.
Thought they were the same.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
it-
I mean,
is it closer to
that's-
dubstep then?
Kevin just hears boots and cats every time. So
You're not wrong.
His
Anytime there's a
techno
beat, that's what goes
music
through my head.
culture is not so good. But the
Well,
the
dubstep is-
freestylers, they're big in the UK, right? If I remember correctly.
They're also big in the U.S. and they're big in Asia and big in Europe. They're big in Australia. So they're big. It's a pretty big booking for us.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of hard to follow up after Paul Oakenfold, though. I will say that. Who do you book after that?
Tiesto.
Well, actually, ironically, we're working on Cascade and Tiesto at the moment.
See, there you go.
But-
I mean, those would be good balances.
Well, I mean, that's going to have to be. That's why I'm going to have the Cambodian Tourism Board involved and some probably Japanese investors for that kind of stuff, because those guys are like $1 million for a half hour.
Yeah, they're not going to be
Oh yeah.
not going to be cheap for you.
No.
Yeah, but the Freestylers did us a solid. So pretty excited about that. That'll be a really good show, and it's actually the grand opening of the craft.
Josephus says, Khaled.
Yeah, only people who actually know. Yeah, no, DJ Khaled, if you ever see this, go fuck yourself.
Eh,
But Or wait, I'm supposed to not say that stuff live.
So are you hosting the freestylers at your bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're building a 20-foot tall permanent DJ structure that's going to be it'll be 3 stories. So it'll when there's not DJs on it, it'll double as tabletops, like seating. So there'll be a total of 16 seats that people can sit on. So it'll be like kind of the, I guess you would say, the cornerstone of it'll be the thing that makes us famous, because we made like a little lover's nest on the top of it to where people can take pictures and blah 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 and be influencers.
Like one of those make out lookout places that you drive up to the car.
No, I think it's a treehouse.
Precisely.
The treehouse.
He built the treehouse.
Oh, okay. What's going on, Janelle?
There's Janelle. The culture has assembled.
That it has. We got everybody this week. Josephus even decided to show up.
Nice. Well, it's good to have you back, Josephus. What's been going on in his life, I wonder?
I don't know. Hopefully he went to a comedy show or something. Got his name out there. Got big.
Yeah, did you get on Kill Tony yet, Josephus? Have you made the trek?
I don't think he has yet, but he'll get there.
Someday.
So, the UFC, the last UFC was pretty crazy, man. I don't know if you guys are UFC fans or not.
I don't get a chance to watch TV
UFC
anymore.
Nobody watches the UFC anymore.
Nobody watches the UFC.
I would say that $8 billion disagree with your opinion.
It's just on for background noise.
Wait a minute, $8 billion for what?
Well, that's what they're valued at right now.
Wow.
That's the company valuation. So this last week was pretty crazy because nobody thought that this dude was going to be able to take the title from Islam, and he did. So,
spoiler alert for people who haven't seen it.
Well, I mean, it happened. It only happened 3 days ago or something. So, spoiler alert. Yeah. So the welterweight title changed hands, which is pretty cool. And it's cool to see that happen because the guy who came in, he came from one championship. I'll have real trouble pronouncing his name.
The Pujanowski?
No, Pujanowski's he's part of KS. He got knocked the F out, bro. He got straight knocked out cold.
Yeah, Josephus said he watched that fight.
Yeah, well, it lasted. That must have been fun for all 7 seconds of it. But yeah, I mean,
the Beast. Who's the Beast?
That's the guy that was. He was so they were both World's Strongest Man competitors. And both of them were the world's strongest man multiple times. But the thing is that was that guy's first fight, and he just knocked out Pujanowski like
Eddie Hall. That's what you should have said. You should have said his name. I know who Eddie Hall is.
Yeah. So he came in with no fight experience and knocked out a guy that has like 20 fights on his record. It was like nobody thought he was. I so wish I would have had the betting lines on that and just thrown down.
I wonder what the bet lines in Vegas look like for
right?
that fight.
They were probably heavily outweighed Eddie.
Oh man, it was definitely they didn't. So it was so the one who took the championship, which is crazy, is Jack de la Maddalena, who came over from one fighting championship, and so that's pretty crazy because usually historically when people come from one championship or from Bellator or from PFC over to the UFC, they usually get beat the fuck up, dude. they don't last very long. This guy just came in and wiped the floor with Bilal Muhammad, which nobody thought was possible. So in the last 2 weeks, like, there's been major upsets in that side of the world. And yeah, I mean, for those of you that like UFC anyway, that's or fighting in general.
Have you watched some of those videos from what's going on over there in the East or Middle East? There we go. That's the word.
What?
Well, you have a bunch of what is it? India's starting to bomb Pakistan and back and forth.
Aren't they kind of always doing that?
Yeah, but it seems to have
I thought
escalated
they just reached
finally.
a ceasefire.
Did they?
I thought Yeah, I thought they just reached a ceasefire.
I must have missed that because I saw something last night showing that another area was taken out.
Well, let me look that up real quick because I want to make sure we don't sound like ridiculous.
Too late.
Yep.
Yeah,
Already went
that's
too far.
also true.
Did you see they got the new Pope?
Oh yeah,
He's American.
The Chicago Pope.
he's American. We got an in now.
It's crazy to think that it's taken 267 popes
Just
to have one dude be American.
Yeah.
Like that seems crazy.
It happened fast too. They didn't take long to vote on that.
Oh yeah, the last two were quick.
Yeah, he got drafted faster than Shadur Sanders did.
What do you think he's gonna do?
I don't really know what the Pope does these days.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I thought he just
I know he's in charge of the Vatican City, and he sits there as the seat of the papacy. Is that the right word? Papacy?
Yeah, I think it's the papacy. Yeah, I believe so.
But over the last few years, his political strength has kind of gone away, and it's been more religious. So I'm not actually sure what the Pope really does.
Well, I mean, to my understanding, I thought he was like the shepherd of all of Catholicism, and he's basically kind of like the president. He's a figurehead.
Yeah, he's a figurehead.
For the most part, he's supposed to be the face of the company.
Yeah, but I mean, does he go to UN meetings and put his 2 cents into the UN? I don't think I've seen the Pope travel
like that. I don't think that works like that.
Yeah. So
I don't think he's allowed to do that. I wouldn't know. Lane would probably know better about something like that.
He's usually batting down like it's Fort Knox.
But I mean, he's American, so that's good. And the real question is he a Cubs or a White Sox fan?
By the way, India and Pakistan are currently in a ceasefire that's very tentative. It's tentative. It's tenuous. But apparently, after some American intervention, I guess good old Orange Man somehow figured out to pause it for a day, is what it looks like, according to Google Gemini.
Thanks, Gemini.
Okay. At least Gemini's paying attention.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course it is. That's of course it's paying attention. But yeah, so and then what else is going on in the world, guys? Lane, what's going on in the world?
There we go. So the Pope does not get involved politics, and then Lane said Vatican City is not a member of the UN, but could it be a member of the UN? That's the real question.
I don't think they have that kind of pull because, well, actually, that doesn't work. That works for our place because separation of religion and church and state.
Yeah, is separation of church and state a world thing, or is that just a United States thing?
Yeah, I was curious about that.
That's a United States thing.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
I don't think that's a world thing.
But they're located in Italy, aren't they? The Vatican.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Christian. What? How dare you, Josephus? You know he's not a Yankees fan. Christian says it's all about healing and helping the underprivileged and the persecuted and the poor. Okay.
Did you know it says White Sox according to the family?
Oh, okay.
Well, there you know. You got your answer.
He's from Southside Chicago.
Is that like a Whitey Bulger reference, or was that Boston? I can't remember. I think that was Boston. Never mind. Yeah, I'm not the baseball guy. That's of all things for sure. I'm not that.
I rarely watch baseball, only when we're in here and it's on. Usually Will's watching it.
Casey trying to live in 1650.
Is that
Lane?
Is that when the Inquisition was going on?
Like your little handing Inquisition.
The Inquisition.
There you go. You're acting like you're on a Broadway play now.
It is. It's a Broadway song. The Inquisition.
We could actually put that straight through one of the AI apps and make an entire musical based off of that realistically. I started working with in recent events, I've noticed AI has really popped off, man. There's so many new apps. And I was like, just as a joke, I went and did one of these ones that produces AI EDM tracks that are kind of like Tiesto style, Cascade style, DJ Khalid.
Yeah.
No, not that guy.
Did it make you want to retire?
No, I mean, yeah, I probably should retire anyway, but no, but it was kind of crazy. I like threw in a bunch of prompts, and because I've been doing prompt engineering for like the last 3 years anyway, so I put in a bunch of really.
Let me update your LinkedIn real quick. Just give me a second.
Yeah, for real. But I threw in a bunch of prompts and just like the style, the key. And it popped out some stuff that it was, I'm not going to lie, dude. It was mind blowing. I was like, there's no way that this is what AI is capable of. The beats were perfect. Everything was perfect. The melody was perfect. All the lyrics were perfect. I decided to tell it, like, I want a song about a planet orbiting, or one planet orbiting a star, and the star is dying, and the planet wants to save it, but it can't. And it's a metaphor for a relationship. And it came up with the most like dope like trance music track in like 30 seconds. And I was like, why do I spend 30 fucking hours on Reason producing music when I can just put in a prompt and it comes out? But I'm still going to keep producing the way I produce.
It's only going to get better as it learns. And that's the scary part.
That is true. And with a little bit of tinkering, it'll work just fine. I'm looking for something because I saw it before, so you guys keep them entertained.
I can do that. Oh, there's an American Pope before Detroit got a Super Bowl. Facts.
You're just shooting shots out there now.
That was Christian. That wasn't me.
Okay.
Still though,
that feels like something you would do.
Now, for Christian, the Vatican City got a new general manager before the Cowboys, so I know he's a Kansas City fan, but he lives in Texas, so whatever.
So, what are you guys smoking on today?
What do you got, Kevin? What'd you walk in with?
I'm smoking a diesel. What was it, Esteli? Was that? Yeah, because I found one of those over there at that shop, so I picked it up because I ran out.
Diesels are okay. I don't mind diesel.
You just don't like Christophs.
No, fuck those guys. And anything from the Bahamas is just not good. I'm sorry.
I feel like there's a few Christophs that aren't bad, but you're going to sit there and get upset about it. It's okay.
Josephus has a black market. That's what we're talking about.
Black market's a good one, yeah.
Right there.
What are you smoking, Christian?
He's probably
so you're smoking a diesel, Casey, and then Kevin, and then what are you smoking, Casey?
I'm smoking a Shady Moose.
Shady Moose. So what's it like? Elaborate.
Well, it's shady and full of moose parts.
That sounds horrible.
No, it's really good. It's got a little pepper to it. It's tasty. I promise.
I like the bull moose. Raging Bull.
Yep.
That's the one.
How's the draw on it?
On the moose, the draw is pretty solid. I gotta be honest. It's a 60, and it draws pretty well. It's not rolled too tight, which is important. I don't know how Kevin's is, but he's been puffing pretty good with that one.
It's a little tight, not too bad.
The K&F was trash. Really, Josephus? It was too much for you?
Weak.
Or you just didn't like the flavor?
It's probably the flavor thing with him.
So the diesel, how's the draw on that one?
Kevin?
The draw, like I said, it's a little tight, but for the most part, it's drawn fairly well. It has a nice even burn to it. A little bit of pepper in there. We've had it a couple times. Little woody notes.
Yeah, it's pretty tasty.
Yeah, it's a good cigar.
I mean, the diesel grind is still my favorite, but
that is fair.
The rest of them are pretty.
What do you think it would go with, like as far as if you were going to be eating food at the same time?
I mean, the obvious answer is steak.
It's always steak.
Yeah. Steak and a cigar, man. That's the best combo.
Well, but what's are we
nice
talking
ribeye
like
will work with it.
Or,
I think you want something that's got a decent fat content on it.
So you want like a
ribeye, prime rib.
Nothing too
the fattier cuts. You don't want the lean cuts. You want the fattier cuts.
For both cigars or just for the diesel?
In general.
In general,
that fatty
cigars.
note plays well to the flavoring of cigars.
Because my favorite steak has always been the hanger. I like that one. That one's always like a proper hanger steak. I had that at the Paris in Las Vegas. The That was at our friend Morgan's wedding. When I the bachelor party. Oh, that was when Holdren tried to tried to do the Rock like slam choke on me, and it didn't work, which was pretty funny. He just like grabbed onto me by the throat and tried to throw me backwards, and I just punched him in the face. He just went down. That was the first time I ever had a hanger steak. But yeah, I imagine we'll go good with that too, because it's good. That's not too lean, I don't think, the hanger.
No, I think that's about probably the lowest you want to go.
Yeah, wouldn't go filet mignon or anything like that, right?
What, Josephus? You haven't found a Rocky Patel that you like? You gotta. There's the 15th anniversary. That's pretty good. The Edge, Carolina Blue, the Nicaraguan Edge. That's pretty tasty. There's a new one
Lane's
out.
gonna have to call Rocky.
There's a new one out. What is it? The Rocky Patel Emerald. That's pretty tasty. You should try that one.
There
if
it
you can
is.
Find it.
I was looking for that. Going back to AI. So Bandai, Crunchyroll, Sony, a couple other guys are going to start using AI pretty soon. They bought an AI engine to generate games and anime now, like movies and
Yeah,
stuff.
well, this was the reason they had that strike 9 months ago.
Yeah,
Because all the actors were getting pissed off because the AI was going to get implemented and take their jobs.
yeah, it's not just them. It's also art-wise. They're starting to do the art and everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's a number of, like, again, when I put together a track, what I did is I'll show you exactly what I did. I did this. I recorded straight through this headset, and I was just like,
Pants and boots and pants and boots and pants.
And then I sent it to the AI, and then it took that, and then it made it into the most amazing EDM song. So all you have to do is just sit there and beatbox a little bit, even when you're terrible like I am.
Well, now they can take people's voices. You just take enough of the keywords that people need to say, and you've got a completely usable vernacular for their whole vocabulary, and you can make them sound like they want to be there. It's crazy.
I mean, a perfect example of that is, like, I could literally make Joe Rogan sing whatever lyrics I want over my AI deep house track.
I feel like the emotion is going to be missing, though, because you can get emotion from a lot of different voices and movies and all that through the way they act and through the way the sound comes through.
Again, that's just it's a process of it learning. So sooner or later, it will start to know, like, if you add, like, what the scene is, like, it's a dramatic scene, AI will start to know that, like, oh, I need to put dramatic tonnage over these voices, and it'll start to learn that what it needs to put in there. In 5 years, you'll probably have a whole AI written cast and a decent movie. Hopefully it doesn't win an Oscar, because then we got problems.
I think it'll happen before that, mate. I think we're talking about inside of 16 months. That's going to be happening.
At some point, do you think they're going to have to ban use of it in different things like that? Because it's going to take a lot of different jobs.
Well, that was part of the SAG thing, was having protection in the actual union so that AI couldn't fully replace them and stuff like that. But sooner or later, someone's going to realize that it's easier to just use an AI engine and make a movie than it is to pay actors. And I guess someone will roll the dice on that.
I mean, also on the other side of that, China doesn't give a shit about SAG.
Well, yeah, it's China.
They'll literally churn out Johnny Depp films as if he was still the age he was in 21 Jump Street, and make him do whatever the hell they want.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I bet you could get AI to dub a kung fu film.
I'd probably dub it pretty well.
I bet that would actually be pretty decent.
That's a good idea.
We should try that.
We should see if we can actually dub our podcast into Chinese, dude, and then put it on TikTok. And put it on TikTok, because I can put it on TikTok from here. I won a beer. Yay. So by the way, it's just so everybody knows that later on in this the cast, I've got 3 beers, 2 of which I know, 1 of which I do not. The Monstralian got it.
I guess we should surprise you. We're not doing that bourbon one. We're drinking bourbon.
We're just drinking bourbon. You're the mystery guy this week.
Yeah, because we like to do the
alright.
mystery bourbon when Lane's here, so that way he's
Oh.
part of it.
When the cat's away, the mice don't play. Okay.
Not in that
Well,
way.
plus
We got other things to do.
It's your turn, man. You got a chance to show us what you got.
That is true. And Casey's on the soundboard, so I mean,
That's
the
right.
mice are gonna play.
That's right. We're here. We're having fun.
I do agree, by the way, with Janot what he says. Filet mignon is useless.
Yeah, it's
I've
pretty
never
worthless.
enjoyed a filet mignon ever. The closest I ever enjoyed one was when it was bacon wrapped, which is like, why do you even have to do that? if you've got to wrap something in another fucking dead animal to make it actually enjoyable, then it's not a very good cut. Is that a cricket sound?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I forgot that you've got sounds now.
I told you he's on the soundboard today.
I can sit next to the soundboard today. So
We
Good.
figured it'd be easier just to have the
does.
two booths set up.
honestly, it doesn't matter where Lane is right now. Disappointed face is happening.
That's right.
I mean, as if that's unusual, you know?
No, we're pretty, for a while there, we did get disappointed Lane face. It took us a minute, and then it came back.
As soon as the soundboard came back. Love the soundboard, man. It's great. So much fun.
Changing voices, making sounds.
It's good stuff.
The only part is, like, there was some questions I had for Lane for food and beverage, but that can wait until next week, I guess, if I remember it.
You've got questions to ask.
I
him
got a
next
lot
so
of questions. It's more
Lane's
like
been-
cleaning.
Oh, well, I don't know. Lane's been helping me with the cocktail menu, and I think I told you guys last week about that gin, and it's good that he's coming up with cocktail ideas that are ridiculous. It's going to be this bar that we're opening. People are going to be blown away by the recipes because we're not going to serve many drinks. Like, as far as we're not going to have a massive menu. Our menu is going to be like 3 types of old fashions, 3 types of this, 3 types. It'll probably be all up about 15 different types of drinks.
Are you doing a summer variety and a winter? Mind you, that's not really winter
Yeah,
out
so there'll
there.
be like a rain. There'll be the rain, like rainy season. So there's
That's
the rain
disgusting,
season.
Josephus. Why would you put pickle juice and Fireball together?
Oh no.
God, that's well. It depends on what type. If it's pickled chili,
It just says pickle
it depends
juice,
on.
which makes me
If it's
think
pickled
kosher
chili,
pickle
it would
juice.
make sense. Oh man, so we have these chili plants that it's a new property, and man, I pulled off one of those chilies yesterday, and mind you, I am a chili monster. Like, I can eat anything, and this chili is like.
Oh, you got the red Thai
yay big.
chilies, right?
Yeah, they're like bird's eye chilies, but they're the Cambodian version. And I pulled it off because it was like it needed to be eaten, and I had a beer anyway with me, so I went over and I was working on making a track, and I ate it just because I eat chilies all the time. And for the first like 5 minutes, I was like, "Ooh, this is pretty good." And then about 5 minutes like 5 minutes after that, I was like, "Oh, okay." And then 5 minutes after that, I was like sweating bullets, and I was like, "Oh no!" And then I like rubbed my eyes because I forgot that I had held the
You're
chili
so
in
smart.
Good job.
in my hand. I had held the chili, and so I rubbed my eyes, and then I was like, "Ah!" like
Oh.
screaming in the guest house. It was so funny, dude.
I got 2 stories like that, and they were rough.
Okay, well then go on.
One was when I was a kid. Me and my brother found a pair of nail clippers, and we pulled out the little thing and started cutting into it, and it squirted into our eyes.
Ooh.
And we were dying. We were screaming. My mom came out. She was panicking and just started dumping milk in our eyes. And then she rinsed it out with water. That was rough. I remember the pain for that. I still remember it.
What
And-
type of chili was it?
It was just a jalapeno.
Oh.
Oh wow,
Like-
that was it.
Yeah, it was a jalapeno, but I was like, we were like 5 and 6 when that happened. And ooh, I tell you what, I remember that pain. It was rough.
I'm with Lane on that one, Josephus. Horchata and Fireball is called a brown Russian. That's just nasty.
Yep.
That's just gross. Why would you do that?
He's in Napa for the week, by the way. That's what he was
Who,
saying.
Lane?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good place to be.
The second story was basic training. So I got out of basic training. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings. We got the hottest wings. I ate all of them, down like 3 glasses of water because it's been a while. You don't get to eat hot sauce or anything like that. I used the restroom. I forgot to wash my hands before this. And the rest of the night, I was on fire. And then, as a joke, my mom and dad took us to this ice cream shop down in, what's it, Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville.
And they're over there. They're ordering ice cream. The girl asked me if I wanted anything. My only answer was, unless I could stick my dick in it, I don't need it right now. And she turned every color of red, blushing, and then had to walk away.
You had an evolution moment.
Oh yeah, I did. I was on fire the rest of the night, but I got my payback. Wife laughing at me. She got what she deserved.
Dude, I like literally. There was one time when I was making these. I was just visiting Tahoe, and I was taking pepperoni, and then cheese, like white aged Tillamook cheddar cheese, and 2 pepperonis, and putting on a slice of habanero, and then habanero Tabasco on top of it, and then a slice of ghost pepper, and making them to put into the oven and bake them, and we were having a party. And as it turns out, I kind of forgot about the
washing the hand part.
And so I went to the bathroom, and my balls, I don't even know how to explain, but if there is a version of hell, that was certainly it. I was running around in circles like, what do I even do? And so I run in. There's nobody there. It's just me alone at my mom's house, Perry and my mom's house. I'm like running around like, what? So I opened the fridge door, and then like the first thing I did was like, where's the milk? All right. And so I'm just standing there in the kitchen, just pouring it over my parts, mate. Wow. Just going like, please stop the pain.
Wow.
Oh, and my God. It didn't work.
And no, the worst part is that I still forgot to wash my hands, and then I did it again.
Oh my God.
And then I did it again.
That sounds like something you would do.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, Jeannot was reminding me, by the way, of a story he wanted me to tell.
Well,
wanted me to tell.
Lane, Dave's Insanity sauce is awesome. I used it as a sandwich dressing all the time. I just smear it on there.
Was it the regular Insanity or the Ultimate Insanity?
Oh, yeah. Definitely, it was, Lane and I were the only 2 people that could handle that. I remember that experience.
And
it was
food
awesome.
additive, right?
Kind of. You're supposed to, and I just ate it straight.
That stuff will mess you up.
It did. My stomach's so messed up. I eat hot Cheetos now, and I'm dying. Later.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my testing beers, and then Jeannot told me about a story that he wants me to tell about my and I think you guys will find it pretty funny. It involves mayonnaise. I'll be right back.
Ew.
Oh boy. How do you pronounce the capital of Kentucky? Louisville, or it's Frankfurt?
It's Frankfurt. Louisville. It's Louisville, Louisville.
Honestly, I did not think that was. I thought Louisville was the capital of Kentucky.
Is it?
No.
Oh, it's not. It's Frankfurt, right?
Apparently.
Okay. I went to Knox and Louisville and some little redneck town where they said stay away from the women there. All I said was okay.
Oh, look at that. The Carolina Reaper guy is like an hour from Josephus.
Oh, nice.
Those things are no joke.
I actually got to eat one. It is rough.
Was it roasted or like fresh?
Fresh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I ordered it. It came in, and I ate it like a genius.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Because I have to see how much I can take. I can take it going in. Okay.
Yeah.
Coming out is where it's like danger. Because then you're just like 5 alarm, just like panicking, and you're like, ah.
That's no. No. Is it 2.5 million Scoville, the Carolina Reaper?
I think it's a little higher than that, actually.
Is it 3 maybe?
I think it's like 3.4, 5, something like that.
Forget that. No.
Because I've had some good hot sauces here, where I went into LaRue's office. Was that his name?
Mm-hmm.
And I would get his hot sauce that he had in the back that was just an additive. You're only supposed to add. I just put that on stuff.
One drop per gallon.
Yeah.
Usually.
I wasn't a 1 drop per gallon kind of guy. I just like, lathered it a little bit and I ate it. I'm like, oh, bad idea.
Why don't you just put pepper spray on your food?
I thought about it. I've sprayed myself with pepper spray twice. Once when I was a kid, I found it in my grandma's purse because she said get candy. I'm sitting there. I'm like, what's this? And I squeezed it. I'm like, ah. And the second time was I was sitting there and it was jammed. It was one of my friends. And I'm sitting there messing with it. I finally got it undone and my hand was on top while I was pushing it down and just sprayed everywhere.
What's the stuff in the military?
CS gas grenades.
CS gas.
Oh,
yeah.
I tell you what, going through the CS gas chamber was rough, but like I was smart enough to hold on to my gas mask so they didn't rip it out and toss it back in, and you'd have to run back in to get it. And then they'd smoke you in there. Yeah, that was rough. I watched some people do that. When you come out, you're supposed to flap your arms and like blink your eyes, and you're supposed to yell arms flapping, eyes open, drill sergeant the whole time. You're doing Flappy Birds everywhere.
I think that if I had to do that, I think that's where I would drop out. Like,
you think so?
The rest of it I could do. The CS gas, not happening.
I feel like we should do that on the podcast. Just go, everybody get CS gas grenade at least once. I'll go in
we
again.
can always just get chili peppers and rub them in our eyeballs and just fucking.
I'm good. That's not the experience I need. I'll watch you guys. I'll videotape it for you if you want.
You have to go in still if you're videotaping it.
Yeah, it does. That's by the way, Lane just wrote Ed Curry bred a pepper that's 2.7 million. That's the Pepper X, I believe.
Oh.
And I can't wait to get that, mate. Because I've eaten the Carolina Reaper and the other ones. I've eaten every chili that Ed Curry has created, and Chili Klaus. But yeah, the story. The story that Joe wanted me to tell is back in the movie theater days in San Luis Obispo. I was the director of technical services for this company. And there was this woman, man, and I'm not going to name her name, but we'll just call her
Do it.
Maureen. We'll call her Maureen.
All right.
All right. And she was a biggin. We'll just say that she was a biggin. Like she was
Got it.
Sir Mix-a-Lot would have been after that for sure.
All right.
And baby got back. White girl, and the girl that was she was the assistant general manager, and so technically I supersede everybody in the building anyway. But there was this big meeting, and she had been just making my life so difficult for weeks on end. And mind you, on the other side, there's the general manager, who we'll just call Holly for the sake of, and she was in a polyamorous relationship with her husband and had been trying to get me involved in it forever. And I had no interest at all in any of that because I was with my girlfriend at the time. And we're in this meeting, and there's a guy that's like high level corporate, right? Mm-hmm. And I knew this meeting was coming, and I knew that this bitch Maureen was going to be fucking coming for me hard, try to get me fired. So what I did is I went to McDonald's and I got like 40 packets of mayonnaise, because she always put mayonnaise on everything. And so I'm standing there in the meeting, right? And she's like talking about how she needs more control over my department and da-da-da. And I just start throwing mayonnaise packets.
Like a child.
Like a heckler? Like you were just heckling with mayonnaise?
I just start throwing mayonnaise packets at her. And I almost got one into her mouth. And I swear to you, the general manager, she just starts laughing like crazy. She can't help herself, man. She's like just snickering like, oh, God. And the guy that's from high level corporate is like doing his best to hold his face while this is going on. And she just doesn't stop, but she keeps looking at the mayonnaise packets, and I'm like, so what is it you want? Like, what is it you want again? And then every time that she would say something, I would just throw a mayonnaise packet at her.
Wow.
And somehow I didn't get fired.
That's because they were promoted. Entertained.
Wow.
I got promoted, and then later, so what's funny is the guy who was the high level director in that company. he used to work for the company Man's Chinese, like Man's Theaters. And years before that, when I was 21, there's what is called the Great Hot Dog Caper. So what happened was where they stored all the cold storage was inside the projection booth. And I was the projection manager for the Man's Pierside Cinema in Huntington Beach, right?
Oh, hang on, I gotta update your LinkedIn. Hold on a second.
And I'm like just doing whatever, and there's this group of girls that work there.
Christian.
What's up?
Don't worry about that one.
Yeah, I'm saying that, Christian, but I do love the humor. But so I definitely wouldn't have done that either, because not my style. So there's this group of girls that are like 19 or whatever, and one of them became the assistant manager at this place. And unbeknownst to me, they had gone and decided to get super high in the theater at night, and they went upstairs to get the ice cream that was in the cold storage. And what had happened was they left the freezer open because they were so high. So the ice cream melted all over the hot dogs and destroyed, like, I don't know, at least $800 worth of hot dogs. And so I come into work the next day, and they're like, what happened to all the hot dogs? And I'm like, what do you mean what happened to all the hot dogs?
You stole them.
Well, there's $800 worth of hot dogs missing, and this girl has said that she saw you stealing them. And I was like, what am I, like a hot dog cartel member? Like, what would I do with $800 of fucking hot dogs, man? Like, what? That doesn't even make any sense. Don't you have cameras? And he was like, unfortunately, the cameras were turned off. And I was like, I don't have access to the cameras. So fast forward all these years later, and I'm throwing mayonnaise packets at this bitch, right? And I'm just like, everything she says, I keep asking her questions, and I keep trying to get it in her mouth, and she's trying to dodge it, but she's a bit too slow. I got one to bounce right off her lips in the middle of the conversation. And this high-level dude that used to work for the other company now works for this company, and he's just laughing his ass off. And then he tells me about the Great Hot Dog Caper. And he told me that they finally figured out what had happened, and he was sorry that he fired me.
Did they not have cameras?
That was the story. They did, but the girl shut him off. She shut him off. She had access to him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great hot dog caper.
Yep.
You should have made up a better story. You should have told the guy nah, I didn't sell them, but some guys walked in with badges and just took them away. I don't know what happened. They said they were the Food and Drug Administration. There was a recall. I don't know what happened. I don't ask questions about my pay grade.
They all went
fucking
bad.
$800 worth of hot dogs.
That's apparently
that girl loved wiener, dude.
Wow.
Just not mine.
Wow.
But yeah, so yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm tasting. All right.
All right. So you got the first beer. Is
This
that the one that you know that you like?
No, I'm gonna pound that one because that one's not part of the tasting.
Oh, okay. So
The
what's the first beer?
The first beer is called Crude Premium Light.
All right.
What kind of beer is it? Peace bus.
It is some kind of a.
I think that's crud, by the way.
Well, it's pronounced crude here.
Oh. All right.
I don't know. I don't know why.
I bet
but
it's some cruddy beer though.
It looks like crud.
So I'm gonna open this and I'll give this a taste and I'll.
What kind of beer is it?
He said it's a light beer, but he didn't say exactly what it was.
It is a It is
Like
a lager.
Okay.
okay.
Okay, and so I'm gonna give this a taste real quick and let you know what I think of it.
Crude.
So it's apparently a
Crudendauer.
German. I don't know why the Germans are so fucking prevalent here, but let's see what I think of this one.
More German beer.
Doesn't Germany produce some of the better beers?
Yeah, because I mean they've been making it long enough. They should make most of the good
I
ones.
feel like outside of the reign of like the Budweisers and the craft breweries we have in America, like the Germans have a pretty good lock on the European, Asian markets for their beer distribution.
I mean, like I said, they should because they've been brewing it long enough that they should have quite a good handle on it.
well, like
Let's
I
see.
mean, is there an Italian beer that's really prevalent?
It's called wine.
Peroni. Peroni is pretty prevalent.
All right.
Okay, so this is it's way too floral. It's like I don't know. It's just super floral. I don't know how to explain
like
that.
a bouquet of flowers.
Like you're drinking tea instead of beer?
Yeah, kind of. It's like tea. It's like carbonated tea
Ugh.
with like carbonated Chinese tea that sucks.
I bet they saw a
So,
lot of it there, though.
So
And how do you guys do the notation? Like, how do you guys do the evaluation of this stuff?
So how does it taste?
So is it out of 10?
Yeah, give me out of 10.
4.
All right.
Oh, that's rough.
Presentation out of 10.
Can looks okay.
mean
It doesn't look all that great. How
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
the colors of the can,
it's-
colors of the beer.
it's silver, has some green to it.
I don't like the red element in there that makes no sense, so I'll give it like a 7.5.
All right. And then
But otherwise, the can is pretty well designed, I would say.
it's got decent.
I like
artwork
the
on
little lines that are going around it. They're kind of interesting to look at if I was on LSD.
it, but taste is not all there.
It's the taste is it's way too floral, man. It's like it's just overpowered. I'm still tasting it. Like, and it's you know what I mean. It's like it's not going away. So it's just like poisoned my tongue with floral garbage.
Might need to drink some coffee to get rid of that.
Well, I mean, so the next one is the one that that the Monstralian got.
He gonna pound this beer.
No, I'm not gonna pound that one.
That's your mystery beer,
That's a
right?
dark one. That looks like it could be like
Oh, look at that! Wow.
maybe a port,
What is that? Guinness? It looks like Guinness.
right? Almost looks like Guinness,
It looks like
but the
that's
bubbles
a
aren't going the
dark
other
IPA.
way.
It looks like a kind of maybe I don't know. I'll
How's it
taste it.
smell?
Here
The
we go.
nose on it's all right.
Does it smell dark?
It's got like a bit of a chocolatey, maybe coffee note.
So you're gonna be drinking similar to a Guinness for sure. So a stout.
Yeah, definitely stout. It's got stout colors.
Yeah.
Well,
Second. Oh God.
wow.
So
wow,
it starts off nice.
Yeah.
It starts off with a bit of that chocolatey note I was talking about, and maybe a little coffee, and then it gets really bitter towards the back of the tongue. And it was probably a mistake for me to drink the other one before because the floral notes might have fucked that up.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
So now you've got a chocolate stouty floral note in your mouth.
Yeah. Essentially, I think I might have to wash that out with a Gansberg.
Get some water or something.
Yeah, you need, well, I think that's what you drink Gansberg because it's just water.
That is true.
Because Adele,
He looked like he panicking there.
can you grab me a Gansberg?
He's like, I don't know what to do.
I
The
gotta
flavor in my mouth.
flush that out.
No.
I gotta flush that out because Gansberg's pretty neutral, and then I'll try it again because I don't know what the beer is, but
Watch it ruin Gansberg too.
Whatever this, I can tell you this: if you're in Cambodia or wherever, I would say Crude Light is probably the worst motherfucking beer. Thank
Like
you so
we
much.
said,
I appreciate that.
Crude.
This is my own personal. Okay, so I'm gonna wash my mouth out with some mouthwash, which I call Gansberg, and yeah.
Fucking lame.
What did you write?
It was made with hops that were pooped out by cats in the Philippines.
I didn't realize Lane had become Josephus in the chat. Okay, so now it's already better because Gansberg's actually strong enough. It's wiping out the flavor. I'm going to take a few more sips of this one, and then I'm going to move on to the next one, right?
And try that other one again, though.
Well, he's got to finish his water first.
Yeah.
He's got to flush the palate.
Yeah, if you drink enough of those, he drinks it like it's water.
So hops made by
My liver needs to eat, you know?
tiny Philippine cats.
So, it's made, dude, that comment Lane is so fucking funny.
Mayo.
Only when you throw. If my biggest bummer about that story is I didn't actually catch the timing to where one of the packets got into her mouth. But my favorite part about the story is she did take all of the mayonnaise packets with her.
Why not? It's free.
She did. She took them all, and I can't believe I didn't get fired over that. And then I got promoted, and she got fired.
They were all in her desk up until that moment.
I mean, it was like the most ridiculous situation you can imagine. If you could see that in a movie, dude, just like every single thing she's saying, I'm just like throwing a mayonnaise packet in her mouth, and I'm like hitting the computer, and I'm like the one that almost got in. It was like, oh, it was like the game-ending field goal from 46 yards. That could have like changed the Super Bowl, It was
Could have
just
been,
like right
but
there.
never was.
Yeah, and then that's why the Detroit Lions have never won a Super Bowl, right?
I cracked my cigar while cutting it.
Smooth.
I know.
Smooth.
What are you moving on to a different cigar?
Yeah, the Edge A10. It's a good cigar. Casey,
I've
I
always
think, is
liked the
smoking
Edge.
that right now.
I am smoking one of those right now.
I like the Edge Nicaraguan, the blue band. That's probably one of my favorites.
That's good.
Yeah, I always liked Edge, man. That's always been one of my favorites. I like Rocky Patel too, but Lane made a number of good points about it. It's like the draw is really easy, but it does lack. It's a little like I don't know. It depends on which Patel you got. But
some of them are stinkers for
I
sure.
ain't reading that, Josephus.
Well, it is the barber pole.
Yeah, no, neither am I.
So I'm not reading Josephus's comment. It's a good one. I'll give him that.
He has to
Yeah,
figure
no,
that
it's
was
good.
the barber pole.
Oh, yeah, it's the barber pole. I was reading the other one.
No, the other one before it. That's what he was talking. But yeah. My God, Josephus. Okay, well, anyway, that's up to the chat to decide how to mediate that. I'm not saying any of that.
Oh, Lane's in
I'm
the
gonna
chat.
try-
Mediate it, you.
Yeah, drink your beer. Let me hear what do you got. Now you got a fresh palate.
Okay, so I'm going back with the mystery beer. Let's see how it goes.
It's just a Guinness. Mystery solved.
Right. Well, it should have a nice meat note to it, but
Oh, that's true.
he didn't say he was getting that.
Yeah, can you taste the rats?
That was in the
Yeah,
original.
Lane told me that story, which is interesting. And it is true.
Yeah, that was the original.
Okay, so now after I've cleared my palate with my water, which is called Gansberg, made with tiny Cambodian hands.
From Zufil Bumpa.
Found that. Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so now I'm getting like a little bit more like, it doesn't suck.
Okay.
It's not great though.
There is a lot of the dark beers that are going to have that bitter note at the end. Most of them.
No, but the bitter note now is better than it was before because it was arguing with the floral note in my mouth.
Got it. So it stood out more because of that.
Yeah. So now the bitter note is actually kind of nice, like the back of the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of comes off like a bit of coffee, a little bit of chocolatey, and then the bitter note at the end is like burnt coffee, kind of.
You need to get some barrel aged out there.
It's not great, I can tell you that. But I guess as far as taste on it, I would say that it's.
Part of me feels like you don't know what great beer is drinking Gansberg.
Well, you've never had a Gansberg, so how the fuck would you know?
I don't need to have a Gansberg. I had the other ones that you recommended.
Well,
We've had the equivalent and they weren't good.
Yes.
So
Well,
I like
no,
a
they're not
nice
equivalent.
stout, a nice bourbon barrel aged stout. That's usually my go-to.
I don't think this is barrel aged at all. It
No.
doesn't have any of that. But it's not like on that one. I would say, as far as like taste and like, is there mouthfeel involved as well, or like viscosity or any of
That'd
that?
be your
Yeah.
impression.
Yeah, how does it feel when you like? Does it stick there like syrup?
That's viscosity
No,
right
it's
there.
it's. I would say like with the mouth feel, it's about a 7. It's actually pretty good. Taste probably like a 5.7, maybe
Okay.
out of 10. And what were the other ones that we're supposed to?
Well, you don't know what the bottle looks like, so you can't tell us how your impression of the bottle is.
You get impression on the
okay,
beer
okay.
though.
Well, so I'll move on to the next one then.
All right, what do you got?
So this one is the Hanneman Black. Hanneman was the monkey god, for the record.
Yeah, I remember you telling us that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give this one a try. I've
Is
never
this
had it before.
This an IPA or something?
It's just called Hanneman Black. I'm guessing it's some kind of a stout, maybe.
It'd be funny if she just gave you another one of those.
Yeah, it would
It's
be.
the same thing.
It all tastes the same. What the hell's going on?
All right, so let's go with this one. All right.
I'm just looking for one of those good faces like Casey used to make. Or when I got Lane that one time.
Yep, when you made him drink that bourbon after having that cigar.
Yeah. Like, it gets better.
That one's, I'm not going to lie, that one kind of falls flat. It's not bad. Like, I would drink it. Like, if we were at a bar and somebody was like, hey, can I like stouts. Can I buy you this? I'd be like, yeah, sure.
Is it a stout?
It doesn't taste like a stout.
What's the liquid look like?
It looks like a stout.
You're
but
just staring at the can, it looks like.
Yeah, well, I mean, it looks like a stout, but it definitely doesn't taste like a stout. It tastes like
Does the liquid look dark? Is it more of like a amber color?
It's
Pour it in your hand.
it's dark. It's definitely dark, but
Okay.
yeah, it kind of just falls flat. I don't know. Let me give another drink of it.
It was probably blocked out by the other one.
Oh, it's a dark lager. Thanks, Lane.
Yeah, you're probably right, Lane. It probably is a dark lager. Let me clear my palate again with the Gansberg and then try again.
Always going back to the Gansberg. The water made by Tanny Cambionian hands. I said that wrong.
Cambionian.
That's right, Cambionian. That's their redneck name, Cambionians.
Cambionia. I've never
right,
heard of Cambionia. Wow.
Mine are. I don't think my comment is updating right now. Weird.
Yeah, it just falls flat. But as far as my general impression, like, look at that beautiful packaging. Like, that's a 9.
Impression. The can looks pretty good.
The artwork on the can is actually pretty impressive. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it's good, man. It would make me buy it for sure. Like,
It's a should be.
what is what is the pangolin equivalent of a Rocky Mountain oysters? That's a Jeannot question, Lane. If Jeannot is still in the chat. Okay, so now I'm gonna compare it back to the mystery one because I'm gonna wash my mouth with some Gansberg.
The Gansberg.
The Gans.
Sauce.
See, you guys say I have a problem. This guy's triple fisting. Quadruple, because we saw him down 2 Gans.
And 2 Gans. Yeah, this is just.
So this one's
just
way
watch Cameron
smoother.
drink beer. Yes.
You're saying
This
that
one-
the monkey god is smoother?
No, the mystery one is smoother, and the bitter note is. I guess one thing I'll say about it is I think that maybe this, whatever it is, needs to be drank. Like, you need to drink it not at fridge temperature.
Room temperature.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it tastes much better now.
Now it's warming up.
Yeah, like
It could be another German
does.
beer though. A lot of German.
I might have to
beers.
give it. I might have to bump that original rating up a bit to about a 6.
Okay.
But yeah, this one sucks. I don't like this one. But I do love like the marketing. I do absolutely. It's fantastic. Mouthfeel lame. It's basically a flat 5 across the board, with the exception of the 9 on marketing for this one. And now I'm going to go back to, unfortunately for myself, the crude.
Yeah, keep drinking that.
He is drinking the crud.
The crud. Anyways, what are you drinking, Casey?
Where's the fucking wah 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 button, bro?
There you go.
Oh god, it's even worse now that it's warmed up.
Yes. Now
Yeah,
it tastes
that's
like
like
hot
a
flowers.
that's like a straight up 3. Like, again, I think that if you put them all together with the crud, it's just.
Christian put a
just
comment in there
just-
for you.
Just don't buy this shit.
I am drinking some Amburana.
Yeah.
Maybe with a. I mean, I would say that
Dark Arts?
that.
Yeah, I'm having the dark arts. While Cameron drinks crappy beer.
That's right. Yes.
Dude, and the thing is, I'm not the kind of person who leaves a soldier behind, so I'm gonna have to drink this whole floral
Power
nightmare.
through. That's right.
This is literally a floral nightmare. Like, don't ever buy this beer. If you ever come to Cambodia, don't buy this. It's garbage. This one, like the Hanneman Black, it's not great.
It's gonna lure you in with the design more than anything.
It's not great, but it's also not bad. You know what I mean?
It's good. It's good for
I
parties.
guess
Middle of the road.
so. I guess we should. Yeah, it's definitely middle of the road. It's a little bit more expensive than like the rest of the stuff. So this is like a. What is it? This one's like 75 cents. Where the Gansberg is 52 cents.
Christian
the crude light.
All
Christian
cheap
says,
beer.
Chug it.
Chug it. And
Yeah.
then
Which one?
chug
All
it
of
and then
them.
retrohale it.
Pour them all into that one cup and then just drink all of them at the same time.
Yeah, do what I do with bourbon sometimes. I mix them and see what happens.
All right. For the viewers.
Hey,
Do
there
it-
we go.
Do it for the vine.
Oh, you messed that up.
You messed that up.
You gotta get
Here
the
we
head
go.
off of
Here
there.
we
Yeah.
go.
Didn't spill a drop.
Look at that.
Yeah, that
Didn't
panic
spill a
show.
drop.
Like,
All
oh.
right. Well,
All right, now they're all mixed together.
do it.
Slam it, chug it. You
Do
heard
it.
it.
Do
You
it.
heard the audience. Go for it.
I feel like I'm in an episode of Black Mirror.
You created this nightmare yourself, though.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you realize that we're supposed to be tasting bourbons and shit, but yeah. So
I
now
am
they're all
tasting
together
bourbon.
in the same glass.
All right, go
You
ahead.
know.
I'm drinking
Stop-
E.H.
stop.
Hold on,
Taylor's
I'm
small
waiting,
batch.
I'm waiting for the head to go down first.
Stop talking. Just
before
get to it.
Headmaster.
Stop.
Motherfuckers. All right.
Yeah. No talky talk. Drinky drink. Let's go.
Go, go, go.
While we're young.
Come on, my grandma
While we're
drinks
still
faster
alive.
than that.
There we go. Before they elect the new pope. Oh. Mistakes have been made.
So now that you mixed them all, what's your scale now?
How was that?
You know what's weird is now that I've mixed them all, it actually tastes fucking good.
It got better.
Like,
So,
it's like-
sometimes that works.
I almost gagged. Well, you're welcome to come to Cambodia and gag whenever you'd like, sir.
Christian
yeah.
didn't think you were going to do it, and you did. Look at that.
Yeah, well, but yeah, so that's the end of the beer tasting portion, which should have been bourbon. So what are you guys drinking for bourbons?
No, like he said, he's drinking the Dark Arts Amburana.
Yep.
It's a good one.
It's tasty.
We have
How
a
much is
customer
that?
in here that almost drank it all.
It's like $80 a bottle.
Wow, that's a fine price point then if it's good. What are the notes on it?
It's
grandma cookies
Yeah,
with a frosting.
Oatmeal cinnamon cookie with a little bit of icing and in a bourbon.
Yep.
It's delicious.
Lane hates Ambaranas. We're going to do a whole Ambarana series one day. He's going to be so mad. Did we do an Ambarana series?
We did.
It was a good day. Got to watch the face.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking the E.H. Taylor small batch. I don't know which one. I just grabbed a bottle.
It's just E.H. Taylor.
And it's just what year was it? Are they the same bottle or what?
The same bottle.
Okay. I thought they were two different bottles.
And then, Christian killed off his Penelope Toasted, unfortunately.
Yeah, you killed yours off way.
My Rio.
Yeah, your Rio quickly.
What kills me, Sean has a whole brand new bottle at his house too.
And you just stare at it. You're like, I could drink that.
I wanted to open it when we had that barbecue. I was like, I want to open this, but we killed off the 1792.
Which one?
Sorry, what does Lane mean by we are not?
We are not doing
Because I said we're doing Ambarana. He said no.
Oh.
Because we already did it.
He's like, me and Kevin can do one, but he's like, I won't be a part of that.
He still has to do one other thing, which is the acid cigar selection review.
Oh,
and he's dreading that
Lane's gonna hate doing that. I remember that.
Now
the first time, because
did you hear the story where Casey got Lane?
no, tell me the story,
Casey.
All right, so we were in the shop. Okay, we were smoking, and I was smoking an Adam Maduro acid, and it's dark and it's oily, and I took the band off, and I told him what I was smoking, and I think like 10, 15 minutes later, he's like, "What are you smoking?" And I was like, "Oh, you should try it. It's really good." And he was like,
"Oh
all
God!"
Right. So he took a puff, and he instantaneously was like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!"
Oh, he would have known it immediately. Like
as soon as he tasted it, he was like, "You motherfucker!"
Now I remember the first time that him and I tried an acid together in the old cigar shop, and I remember both of us were just like, "What the is this?" You know what I mean? Like, this is just garbage, absolute fucking rubbish. You know.
But people love them, man. People love them.
I mean, I smoked the
as long as they sell.
Larry a couple of times.
So what do you guys have in the humidor right now that's like impressive, or what do you guys have coming in?
I'm gonna get some Rocky Patels here soon. I want to try the Emerald.
Yeah,
the Emerald's really good.
We're still working towards the Padron.
Yep.
They're taking a
there's
while.
Some new Romeos I want to try. There's some new stuff popping up that I want to try to get a hold of.
We should try and.
But what's already in there? What's already in the humidor that people
honestly, we were having those Charter Oaks are really good.
Yeah, we did a review on them.
Those foundations from Charter Oak.
Foundation's been doing some good work.
Yeah, those are good. And then
I haven't had that. So what are they like? Elaborate for me, because I haven't had.
It's a Nicaraguan based cigar, so it's got that pepper note to it. It's got some wood notes to it, a little bit of leather. They're pretty good.
They're pretty good, beginner cigars and middle range. I mean, they have one that's slightly stepped up. So if you're looking to move from medium bodied to full bodied, you can start with that. It's about like a medium plus.
And Josephus, I have not had a chance to find Perdomo Legacies yet, but I want to try one really bad.
So just as a quick question about that, so what's the price point on those that are in the humidor right now?
They're like $10-$12. They're super cheap.
Yeah, our Charter Oaks are about 12 here, but you can find them for 9 or 10 in other places as well.
Yeah, Foundation is definitely the poor man's league.
Yeah, great job, great job sending business to other places, Kevin.
Listen, they're gonna come here if they want it. They're gonna buy it. It doesn't matter. It's not like I'm giving out different places names. When they come out here, when you're the only shop that's open at the time that you're here, you're gonna come here.
Well, but also don't forget that you have the best cigar shop and absolutely the finest humidor in all of Lake Tahoe.
That is true, because other ones close most of the time.
All the rest are in
nothing compares to the humidor that you guys have there, man. You guys have the finest. I can't wait to get back. now that I've quit, because I became completely addicted to cigarettes for 10.5 years. I was smoking fucking almost a pack and a half a day. So last time I came to Tahoe, I had just quit. Next time I come to Tahoe, I'll be able to actually puff on a cigar because I know there's a big difference. But at that time, I couldn't. But that is the best humidor in all of possibly California and Nevada, I would say. It's a fantastic humidor. So what else you guys got in there?
I mean, we just got the basic stuff right now.
Some Olivas.
Yeah. Olivas, Monte Cristos, Romeos, some Perdomos.
Perdomo's a weird one because you
Fuente.
kind of have to buy all their product just to put it in here, or you go through a satellite company.
All right.
Or distributor, that's what it's called. Yeah.
Oh. Distributor.
Yeah.
That's the word you were looking
I
for.
remember. I said it. I got it. I got it in the end.
Fair.
I know it's your lane, but get back on your side of it.
Well, I mean, it sounds like I'm hoping that, like, Lane, if you're still in the chat, what are my favorite cigars? I can't remember because it's been so goddamn long. I think
Swisher Sweets.
Oh, so he's gonna like
well, I mean,
underground.
Backwoods.
He gonna like
Black and
underground.
mild.
Yeah, black and milds right there. Yeah.
got them black and mild, baby. But Lane would remember what my favorite cigars are for sure. Like, I think I definitely was. I liked Patel, but I think that was more because I had a lot of time with the man himself. So maybe I'm a bit biased because, he's a cool dude. And over the years we met many different times and he was always just super nice to myself and to Lane and to the customers, to everybody that was around the shop. But I think there was one that I just really
You
loved.
smoked
I can't
Padrones,
remember what it
Rockies,
was.
and the 1990s with the VSG.
That's the one, the VSGs, bro.
VSG.
That's Lane's
Yeah.
favorite too. The cabinet
that
is
was
his
my-
mild one.
Oh man, that was my favorite. Like, we used to smoke those all the time back in the day, Lane and I. That was the VSGs.
Have you
the
heard of
90s
Lure and
VSGs.
Banff cigars?
I
No,
have
what are
not.
they?
I was asking Casey.
I have not. Josephus just recommend. I haven't heard of those.
Yeah, we'll have to check it out
I'll
then.
have to do some Googling.
Yeah, Google these.
See if I can find some.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah,
There's always.
I'm always down
mean-
to try something.
It's always new things.
Well, wouldn't they, like, if it's wouldn't that company likely do like a tasting for you, essentially? Like, bring
Yeah, we
up
just
the-
got to contact them. I
Yeah,
did
just
the
ask
same
them.
thing with what was that one that I brought in that one time with that got that nice ashtray that I got. I'm gonna use that on podcasts here soon.
The military-owned guys.
Yeah, those were good.
The warfighters.
The Warfighters, yeah, Warfighters were really good. They had some. I like the Oscuro Maduros that they did. And they named them after rounds. So you had the 50 cal, the 7.62, the 5.56. Then you had the Garrison.
And their bundle one was the dumpster fire.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yep, the dumpster fire set. They're expensive
always
though,
loved-
even for businesses buying from them.
They're just small.
Like,
that's all.
how
Yeah.
expensive are we talking here? Like, as far as wholesale, like. Well, not wholesale. Don't say that
They
on
were
the podcast.
they were
sorry.
close. They were
How much
close
are-
to
how
the
much are you
actual
gonna-
price.
How much are you going to resell them for? I don't want to know the wholesale price. That was my fault.
I think if you buy from them, and I think they're on Cigars International, they're like 12, 15 a stick, give or take.
Yeah, but you're buying that. You're not getting what you usually get from other places.
What's the most expensive cigar you guys have in the humidor right now?
Monte Cristo. It's in the 30 range.
And then we had the Westa de Sacas for a while. Those were really good.
Yeah, Westas are good.
Yeah, the Monte Cristo, I enjoyed that a number of times.
I think everyone can enjoy a Monte Cristo. It's just
Well, you'd
it's
have
just
to be
so
fucking
simple.
retarded not to.
It's so simple, so easy to smoke.
I can't be
Lane's gonna hit-
Garrison because I got in trouble a lot, Christian.
I don't have any convictions right now, Josephus, but I think I can get some.
Did we
They're
have that?
floating around.
Have we had that one before?
I've had one, but I bought it in California. So
Fair.
So do you want? So should I like reveal the other one?
Whenever you're ready.
What was your mystery one?
Well, let me go. I'll go inside and I'll ask the Monstralian, and then I'll come back and I'll reveal what the
all
mystery
right.
one
Bring
was.
the can out if you have it. I'm guessing it's in a can.
Yeah, she's got it. I'll go get it. I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
All right.
You guys, well, not 2
shakes.
seconds. That's a woman thing to say.
We don't say stuff like that. We're gonna get caught up because you look what you doing.
No,
You and your
whatever,
foul
whatever.
language towards women.
You're on the edge there, bud.
Whatever, mate. I'm wearing a fucking ring, so
And?
they can fuck off. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll go grab the cayenne and then we can do the reveal.
Cool. Now that he's gone, let's talk about him.
That's right, and he's always on about something.
How's your A10 there, bud?
The A10's working out. It gets a little run every once in a while, but it levels itself out, it appears.
You know, as of late, this has become my more favorite Rocky Patel.
Really, even more than the Blue Band?
No, the Blue Band is the top for me, but I think for comparative to the rest of the Rocky line, the A10 just hits the notes that I like.
Fair.
I think it's the Barber Pro Roll. I think it's the change because it's always kind of refreshing. It's that natural, and then it's the Maduro, and I find that I enjoy that more now than I did when it first came out.
I'm trying to remember that other one. I don't remember it, but like it's similar to the Decade. I think it starts with the D as well.
The Disciple?
The Disciple. I like that one a bit, but like it was one of those ones that I would like get it every once in a while when I felt like it. The A10, like even then, like I get it rarely, but it hits the spots when you want it.
And those number 6s were really good too.
Oh yeah, those number 6s are usually always good.
That is the most impressive box I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
That white felt on the inside, black like slit, like
Oh, yeah,
sleek exterior.
It popped.
Yeah, it was a nice box. Like you can see it when you go into humidor. You're like, oh, there's a number 6.
Just draws your eyes in.
Not as much as that Gurkha box for the Mike Tyson cigar.
I didn't see that one.
It's ridiculous. It's just gold. It says like the Beast. It's got Mike Tyson's face on it in like gold foil. Like it's the most ridiculous.
Did
box
they
I've
just
seen.
use the Beast as their base cigar?
I think it is. I think it is a Beast Gurkha, but it's got Mike Tyson's name on it. I think that's what it is because it looks the same color. It's the same size, and the Beast box was pretty big too. So, and the Mike Tyson box is huge. It looks like a big crate.
The one I found just looks like a normal box.
Oh, really?
There's like two different ones. There's one with a black background, and there's one with a gold background with his face on it.
Yeah, Josephus, I'm gonna have to try to get some of these. They sound pretty cool. Yeah.
I'll have to.
It's a Pennsylvania Ecuadorian seed grown in the DR. That's interesting.
That sounds interesting.
I'll have to try that. And I love the names too. Like that's the names are awesome.
I was. So we had deep clean today. I watched the residents clean up all the kitchen equipment and all that, and like they get in there pretty good. Miss Talia showed them how to clean a certain way, but there's like areas where they don't get because they're too high sometimes.
Yeah.
And like we finally got up there to start cleaning them, and the kid's sitting there scraping it, and then we throw some degreaser on there, but he only does like half of it. And then when I look up there, I'm like, "You did a good job on the front half. Why can't you touch the back?"
Because step stool, man, you gotta.
But those
Gotta get a step
areas,
stool.
I see those areas, and like I see what the youth clean. My thing is when I worked in surveillance here, I would watch the kitchen because
Yeah.
there's always like some sort of burn or something happening, so I'd have it off to the side.
Yeah.
I never once saw them do a deep clean, and I was curious if all places are like that. Do they like take everything out, clean under everything?
Yeah.
So this place was just falling flat.
No, I mean they do it here too.
Like I said, I rarely saw them do it. It was maybe once a month. I didn't see it like
Every other week.
It should-
Every Tuesday.
because we do it weekly, every
What?
weekend.
Hey, Darth Vader, why are you breathing into the microphone?
Cameron,
Darth Vader ended up over there.
So I got the thing.
He shoved it like right next to his
Yeah,
nose.
your
It's
microphone
great.
was right in your face, dude.
Yeah, I just have to move it around. Sorry, my apologies. But yeah, I am your father.
Needs some work.
Yeah. So, all right. So to go through the beer thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one that was 2 floral. I think all up, when it comes down, if you average it out, it'd be about a 4.5.
Okay.
Then,
I would have scored it less.
well, I mean, I did like the can design with the little,
Well, and there's a place people enjoy floral beer notes, so there's a place for that.
Yeah, I don't, but it did fuck up the rest of the beer for me. And then the Henneman, love the can design, absolutely brilliant marketing. Kind of fell flat, very drinkable. I mean, it's drinkable on a hot day, so that gives it a little more points, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially for a dark beer, to be able to drink it, it's like quite crisp. I guess I would say maybe it's like a 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
And then the mystery beer
Is
which was Greet.
Greet?
Greet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, it's a brand new beer out here.
It stands out.
Wow, look at that can.
Yeah, the can's actually pretty. I didn't see the can before, but it's a premium black, so it's a stout apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I guess overall, I would say it's probably like a 5.7.
So nothing holds a light to Gansberg.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, no, Gansberg's a 10 out of 10 because they're our sponsor, Gansberg, made of tiny Cambodian ants. No, but I like them all in a way, but I don't know. The Greet kind of like the Hanneman fell flat. Like that was the only problem. The bottle and marketing, the can and marketing design, you can't fight with that. That's good stuff. But it's just kind of, but again, it's more drinkable. Where I feel like this one, the Greet, it's as it got warmer, it was less good.
All
I
right.
don't know. Here we can put it for Cambodian people so they can see the Cambodian words for it. So I think the winner out of the whole thing would be probably the Hanneman.
Hanneman?
Yeah, the Hanneman Black. Yeah, it's not. I think that's the winner.
Cool.
That's good.
Yeah, and then next week I'm gonna do, because we are opening the bar. I'll have Kingdom, Indochine, and Stonehead.
Okay.
So we'll have something from that. So that'll be a bit different. So that's going to be cool. Like, because those are more like high scale, like high level. These are all like between 52 cents and $1.
Mm.
So,
okay.
But
all cheap beers. Got it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that cheap here, that's not cheap. Do you know what I mean? Like that's but you know, the Kingdom beers and Indochine and all that stuff, they're about, for me, because I'm buying direct from the distributor, they're about $2 a bottle, between $2 and $3 a bottle, but it's craft beer, so that'll be a thing.
Cool. We'll do that next
But
week.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. And so we missed one big section of this that I wanted to talk about.
All right.
What is new in the movies? Like, I kind of wanted to talk to you about. I was thinking about, you had this, Casey, you had this whole thing where you connected all the Patrick Swayze things, right?
There's a couple of them, yeah.
Yeah. So what if we connect Brad Pitt things?
Okay. Which ones?
Well, I would think that 7 would have been the moment where he snaps and then becomes Jack in a way, and then he becomes Tyler Durden. So the whole time.
So you end with Fight Club?
Well, I'm just giving you two at the moment.
Okay.
But I want to see what you think of what should be added into that, because we can start all the way at Thelma and Louise, if you want. I just want to see, because I find that a very interesting part of this podcast, just personally as myself, which is self-aggrandizing as hell. But
I mean, I don't think you could use Thelma and Louise. I think that one's a standoff. But if you started with 7, the question that you'd have to ask for 7 is that Brad Pitt or is that Ed Norton if you're going to connect it to Fight Club?
It'd be Ed Norton.
So yeah, see, there you go.
And Fury is a standalone too, huh?
That doesn't count.
See, like I said,
Yeah, I know. Fury does not count.
That could be like his uncle or something. But that doesn't work. Yeah.
I mean, you could throw in Inglourious Bastards as him as his great grandfather.
You could probably connect Fury and Inglourious Bastards.
probably at some point.
Those two probably work together, storyline.
But I mean, storyline. How does it work? Like, because to me, where I see where he becomes fragmented is the moment when he's, what's in the box, man? What's in the box?
That would be the turning point. So I guess
because that's what so then it becomes Fight Club next, right?
Yeah. So you'd have to go 7 first, then you'd go Fight Club afterwards.
So now it's just a matter of how do we get to 7?
Okay. So you need one before.
Definitely. So I mean,
what was that movie where he had that terrible Jamaican accent?
That was Meet Joe Black.
All right, there you go. That's the start.
No, that was no way. I nixed that 100% because that would be after he's already dead as a personality after Jack killed him. Because then he's Joe Black. He is death. So that would be post. But pre, what would it be as far as Brad Pitt? Like, and would it be? I'm trying to think of a specific movie. There's one where he plays like. Give me some help here, Casey.
Oh, look at Josephus has one though. Hang on, hold on. Josephus has the Travolta one down.
Does he?
Yes, except for I think you would swap Swordfish for Pulp Fiction. I think Pulp Fiction would go first.
I can see that.
Because he says Travolta is Chili Palmer from Be Cool and Get Shorty in most of his movies. And then you've got the Swordfish Pulp Fiction taking of Pelham, but really he's actually just Chili Palmer in those ones. I could see that.
I can see that, but let's stay on the Brad Pitt line, Josephus. Like let's because I want to find this out. Because the way I see it right now is that where he breaks is 7. And he's actually Jack before that. Mm-hmm. And then seeing the head in the box and then going to prison, now he's making all of Fight Club up in his mind.
Okay.
And then he's become split personality DID.
Well,
right?
Okay, then I guess you would have to use Thelma and Louise because he was pretty innocent in Thelma and Louise.
Right? So he was sort of the victim almost.
So you're saying
in Thelma and
the
Louise.
guy from Thelma and Louise ends up being Ed Norton in Fight Club.
He ends up being Ed Norton in 7. Right?
Okay.
So he ends up becoming because he sees them commit suicide. And he, you know what I mean? Like he knows that they've died. And then obviously he's implicated in the situation. So he ends up becoming a cop. And then when he sees the head in the box after his wife is killed, that's where he becomes Tyler Durden and he splits personalities from Jack to Tyler Durden. Right?
Okay.
Do you see? Does that make?
I think that's a solid timeline. Yeah.
And then where does it go after that?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
You think that one? Doesn't he basically eliminate himself in Fight Club though?
I think doesn't he what?
I said, doesn't he eliminate himself in Fight Club though?
Yeah. So, but the thing is Jack eliminates himself. Tyler Durden lives on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I think that we go all the way into the past to Inglourious Bastards, where that's his great grandfather who's playing that role. right? And so then you can see like where the bloodline comes from for the guy that ends up in Thelma and Louise, and then ends up being a cop in Seven, and then has a split personality disorder, and then becomes Jack and Tyler Durden, and then when he actually shoots himself, he kills Jack, not Tyler Durden.
That's funny. Josephus basically just says that he's just a vampire because of Interview with the Vampire.
So I never even thought about adding that into the conversation. So perhaps that comes much later and earlier.
Well, if he's a vampire, then he's a vampire the whole time.
Well, so I mean, he could be that, and he could be the same person that was in Inglourious Bastards.
Yep.
And in Fury, and in a couple of other ones.
And in Fury, yeah. So he could have been all of those people because it all starts with when Lestat ends up making him into a vampire, and then now you have a full storyline all the way through with his entire character.
There you go. Look at that.
Right?
I like it.
I like it too, mate.
We'll have to start telling people that. That's the story.
That's
What
the
does
story.
Wayne think?
Oh, well,
Don't know. He has to chime in. We might have lost him. Who knows?
I don't think we lost Lane.
Or
He's
just
way too
background noise.
precarious. No, but I mean, I love the movie part of this show because I obviously, as the viewers know and people know, I've been heavily into the movie scene for a long time, and I've even made movies. So, but I like the Casey. You came up with this idea, and I think this is a really brilliant idea. Is to keep doing this with different characters, so we could talk about like Al Pacino in Dog Day Sunrise.
Okay.
Liam
And then where does
Neeson.
it go from there?
Wow.
That one's basically sets itself up.
Well, all right. Give me one. Give me a character, and we'll pick it up next week. So give me one you want me to connect.
Al Pacino and Dog Day Afternoon.
Okay. So we'll start with that one, and we'll connect them.
Yeah.
All right.
Like let's do that because we have such high like you and I between us and also Kevin with his retardedness. Oh, I'm not allowed to say that.
Yeah, you're
Can
not.
pipe
Look at what
in.
you're doing. We have
I meant
nice things, and
retarding.
you're messing it up. You're fucking it up for the rest of us.
Fucking it
No.
up for everyone.
So
Jeez.
just for YouTube's sake, I was talking about retarding an engine when you have to do that through a carburetor.
Yeah, so
All
you're
right.
just gonna keep
That's-
you keep repeat yourself. You can keep saying the same
Oh
thing.
no.
You sure you're not
was
showing
talking about-
your extra chromosome over there?
I
jeez.
definitely am, but no, I mean, I think I forgot about that whole segment, but yeah, I mean, I think we've pretty much
last
covered everything,
words?
guys. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.
Like I said, let me look into the Al Pacino thing, and I'll next week ask me again, and I'll connect them for you.
Yeah, and Kevin, you look into it too. Lane, look into it as well, because like I think the Brad Pitt one worked. That one works. The Patrick Swayze one, you definitely nailed it. That one, that was for sure.
Josephus says William Dafoe and the Boondock Saints would be a good character connection.
Okay. So Willem Dafoe, we could do a whole one on that as well because he's been in so many things. We could also do Gary Oldman,
Christopher
Okay.
Walken.
but Christopher Walken,
Seven Psychopaths.
more
Still one of
cowbell,
my favorite.
more cowbell.
He hates
you know?
that so much.
But next
yeah.
next week's Al Pacino.
Next week's Al
Next week
Pacino.
is Al Pacino.
All right.
So
All
we should, you know what? From going forward, let's do that. Like at the end of the episode, let's choose one actor or actress, or one director, or whatever, and
Sure.
then we'll announce that to where now next week everybody knows what to expect, and we'll see. They'll see how what our thoughts are on it.
The
like it,
Deer
right?
Hunter to the Life Aquatic.
That's okay, but no, next week's Al Pacino. But we'll put that. We're gonna write that down in our own little diaries, Josephus. But yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, I guess Kevin, you want to take us away?
Yeah, take us out of here, Kevin.
I guess I will. That's my job, I guess. Here I am. How are you guys? We've made it this far. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Give us some likes. Give us a follow. Do the YouTube things.
And we'll catch you next week.
We'll catch you next week. Thank you for messing me up. You know, I'm just slipping over words at this point. Can't find the mouse even though it's in front of me, you know. All the fun things.
Well, I can tell you this, man, is that I absolutely this is straight from my heart, mate. I fucking love doing this with you guys. It's so fun, and I can't wait till Lane gets back involved. I'm glad he's on vacation because he fucking needs it. And you know what? You guys rock, and thank you for everybody in the chat, Christian, Josephus, Jano, all of you. Thank you so much. Do the YouTube things.
Way to repeat everything I said. Good job. See you guys later.